Aloha. You're watching Top Tech Talent Reemployment Project. I'm Peter. We're here to help all of you get back into the workforce with fun and happiness and kindness. And today, I am extremely excited to have one of my former career coaches, Javier. I'm going to let him say his last name because I butchered it too many times now. Go ahead, Javier.
Yes, the last name is Llerena. And Peter, I'm so excited to be here with you. I remember last time we spoke on the last coaching session, I don't say a goodbye, I say a see you later, because I was convinced that I was going to talk to you once again. So here we
Yeah,
are.
I really appreciate it. We worked together about 5 years ago when I was still at F5 and kind of guided me through some things over there. He's a chief human developer, which is kind of cool. And it kind of just coincides with everything that's going on here. I invited him on. He was gracious to accept. So let's get right into it, Javier. One of the things we kind of talked about beforehand with this job mess that's going on is the importance of conversations and your mindset. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. I think mindset is so important. Either if you're looking for opportunities or you're not. I think mindset, it's very similar to what I coach individuals on, the energy of money, right? If you are looking for something, you gotta desire, you gotta be positive, you know you're gonna achieve it. You gotta be very optimistic that is something big happening your way, right? Because that's how we are in a way, right? Our body language, our internal language, and the language that we speak to others is going to be on that positive tone, on that optimism that we're looking for. So I think mindset is so important, right? And I eat my own dog food as a coach, and I am trying mindset like every day. I'm trying mindset. If I'm asking myself, what am I a 10 plus today in positivity, or am I minus 10? If I'm a minus number, I say, hey, let's what can I do to get to that 10 plus? What are the thoughts that I need to get rid of? What are the actions I need to do to bring me to positivity? And what is the appreciation I need to do for others so I elevate myself?
Yeah, right. They say that the first step to happiness is just gratitude every morning for what you already have.
Yes.
Now, one of the other things we were talking about is also the importance, particularly on LinkedIn. So we're going to post on LinkedIn, is this idea of having conversations. So before we started recording, you were really talking about, and you had some key tips on how to go about sort of managing your career and potentially even finding your next opportunity via LinkedIn.
Absolutely. I think LinkedIn is the best professional network out there. Most likely, people are going to set your invitation. Obviously, I'm not in Tinder, but they say that you get accepted more than Tinder, right?
Yeah.
So that's something to think about. But a lot of people tend to transfer their resume into LinkedIn and vice versa. LinkedIn is your landing page. LinkedIn is your branding of who you are, who is Javier Llerena, and what is Javier Llerena doing, and helping others, and how Javier Llerena helps others. That's what I trying to transmit on my LinkedIn profile. So it's a job seeker or you're looking for new opportunities, that it is a great landing page to really promote who you are and what can you do for those companies. So if the hiring manager is going to connect with you, they automatically see who you are, your branding. And then obviously, if you're talking to recruiters as well, or if you're talking to other colleagues in the same field as you are, so you can connect with them, right? I see a lot of people not really utilizing the features that LinkedIn has, right? What I call real estate. There's so many pieces out there that people start putting pictures of sceneries is their background. I'm thinking, hold on a second, that's such a beautiful piece of real estate. About you, people start really making really brief paragraphs, and instead of really utilizing that to really create a narrative of who you are. Posting content. I mean, you're an amazing content creator, Peter, and the attention you're getting is thanks to the content you created. why not do that in LinkedIn for whatever field or industry you're going after?
Yeah, right. And we talked about this, that just generating or creating that personal brand so people know who you are, your essence, personality, charisma, all that kind of stuff. Now, I've also seen there's been a lot of frustration out there in the marketplace, particularly on LinkedIn, job seekers getting frustrated. Well, take a step back. We talked about this before is I have has companies are now like, I've seen this transformation from human resources to like chief person or chief people officer. But during that transition, it seems that the humanness has been removed from it all because now AI and the ATS systems are determining, which of these people kind of make it past that first little step to then actually have a conversation to find out personality. What are your kind of thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is that's something that is going to stay there, right? I always say that if you're going to look for opportunities, you need to have a recipe cookbook. A lot of
Mm,
people decide to use LinkedIn and they start applying left and right. The other day, I had a client that applied to 500 jobs a month, and he had a 1% success rate with 1 or 2 interviews. And I said, you got to stop doing that because you're wasting a lot of time, right? Because, like you said, you're dealing with AI, you're dealing with the scanning system, you're dealing with hiring managers that don't talk to HR, and HR is putting a job description. So resumes come and they don't match what the hire manager is doing. And this brings me to that famous series of Mad Men, where how did he got the job? I remember, I think it's second or third episode, he goes directly, waits on the reception area, and talks to the hiring manager. What is stopping us to do that? There's no rules here of
yeah.
engagement, right? I mean, people say go ahead and apply, but if you want to have an honest conversation, what is stopping you to reach out to the hire manager or someone that you think is going to be the hire manager and have that conversation? I think that shows a lot. So I think we need to one create that recipe book, and what I mean by that, different methods of getting those conversation instead of keep applying and dealing with
Yeah.
AI. And the other one is, can I be more strategic? Can I be more, for example, can I be more creative on the way that I am reaching out on attention? Right. So there's a lot of resumes out there, but it's the uniqueness of how you deliver it.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a previous candidate talk about, or they specifically said, Julia said, she's like, salespeople do like cold emails all the time. Like, what is stopping us job seekers from just sending that cold email? But then going back to your mindset point, don't get don't get all like frazzled or worked up or you know depressed, I guess, for lack of a better term, if you don't get a response. But more often than not, you probably will, right?
Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, I come from a sales background. I was 30 plus years in sales. And I talk to a lot of salespeople and say, um, you just gotta keep moving. Just gotta keep
Yeah.
moving. Right. And until fine, you don't get an answer, fine, you keep moving. You keep
Yeah.
knocking doors. And that's the beauty of abundance that we have around us. There's gonna be a place where they can hear you, they can see you, but at the same time, really use LinkedIn to really show who you
Yep.
are, because you never know. I think we talk about there's opportunities to do 1099. There is opportunities out there to really do contracting work, or help somebody that needs other help that can refer you to a full-time position. But I think the issue is, how many conversations are we having? How many touch points are we having a day, right?
Yeah.
So treat that as a salesperson, right? If you're not selling, that means you're not knocking on doors. Simple as
Right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is. I mean, this whole rigmarole is all about selling yourself to an organization and how you're going to help them, achieve their goals or solve their problems or whatever that may be. So finally, I have seen, so good news. I have seen a number of people now posting the fact that They are getting some jobs. I had Hector on a couple of weeks ago talking about the fact that, January 15th. So from now until maybe late spring, give or take, that this is hiring season. Things kind of die down in the summer, maybe pick up a little bit early autumn and then die down again. And then we're back into that cycle again. Do you concur with that kind of rhythm of
Yes.
job
Yes,
opportunities?
absolutely. I think 2025 is going to be a great year. I think not in terms of the economy going up or down. I'm talking about there's going to be a lot of opportunities out there. I think it's job seeker is really paying attention, really knocking on doors. I think this is the time, like you said, from now until May or even June, to really pay attention and really go after what you're looking for. Another thing that I want to add, Peter, that's very important, and I've been in that situation when I was in between jobs, is that yes, we need to pay the bills. Absolutely. Yes, that's a necessity you need to cover. But be mindful what is the company you're getting yourself involved with,
Yeah.
because that can really deteriorate you even further in your career, right? I want to work for a company that has very similar values as I do. So I can, because that's very important. We're talking about well-being. We're talking about really growing yourself. You don't want to make a lot of money and be miserable. I've been
Right.
in that situation. So that's something to think about. Where do that self-assessment and say, what is the company that is going to elevate me? It's going to help me grow, that has the right environment for it. Very similar to, hey, I do take some clients and I refuse some clients because I know that they're not the right environment for us to grow together. And I see a lot of people that, hey, they're jumping ship and they go into a different company. 6 months from now, they're miserable.
Right. Yeah. Culture, the matching culture is critically important, both for the company itself and the individual's mental health, for sure.
Yeah,
Well, we've covered everything we talked about, so I'm flipping this out the way. I truly appreciate your time today, Javier. Hopefully, it was very helpful for you. Some fantastic tips from a career coach, or actually a chief human developer, even better. My good
absolutely.
pal,
And
Javier.
it was so amazing watching you, Peter. Keep doing this amazing content and keep helping people like you are. Keep transmitting that amazing energy that you have.
Absolutely. And so for you, if you enjoyed this kind of content, obviously share, like, let your friends know. If you're looking for a job right now and you want to join me online to share your personality, passions, charisma, and essence, let me know. We'd be happy to get you further. It's always fun to see you, Javier. Glad you could join for my good pal, Javier, who's been around for a little bit. I'm Peter, and this is the Top Tech Talent Reemployment Project. Thanks for watching. Aloha. Say bye, Javier.
Oh, have a wonderful day.